I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 13th of January 2022. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog. Welcome to the show here in Las Piñatas, Nicaragua. Today is Thursday and mostly a day to relax, which is pretty good sounding to me. This morning I got up and actually had a chance to bring out the tripod, partially because the sunlight was beautiful. Brought out the tripod and the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II, set it up and did a 29-minute shot, not a time lapse, just a full video at 4K 30p of the waves hitting the rocks, the Piñatas here in Las Piñatas, right from the front of the hotel, or the back, depending on how you look at it, and absolutely gorgeous. It was my first chance to really try out the video and get a long feed and just really see how well the image turned out, how good of a job it could do, and I must say, it looks pretty darn good. Those are pretty big files. I also figured out how I can transfer files and got the process down, so I should be able to do a pretty decent job of using that camera day to day. Of course, I'm not using it for the vlog because I like to be able to handhold, walk around, and do things pretty easily, and really the GoPro is just so fantastic for this that I'm going to keep using the GoPro for an awful lot of things. This channel is very casual. The Olympus is really for my new show, This is Nicaragua, which hopefully I will have some videos up for you very soon. Today we determined that it is absolutely necessary, mostly for Chana's ongoing happiness, that Minerva get spayed and start the process of moving down to the bodega. She is a very sweet, very cute little kitty, but she is at a point where she needs to get out and start exploring. She needs to start hunting. She wants to get out and start hunting. She's hunting bugs currently whenever they give her the chance. They're trying to introduce her to the outside world, but she is agoraphobic at this point, having been raised inside the girls' bedrooms pretty much in the dark, because that's how the girls live. And always being held, right? So the cat's either in Luciana's lap on her laptop, literally the computer laptop, or up on the top of the mosquito netting looking down on everybody from her perch. Those are her places. That's where she goes. And when she's not doing any of that, then she's just hiding under a bed or whatever. So it's been very tough to acclimate her anywhere because we want to keep her safe. We live by the road, this road right here that I'm kind of standing by. We're down there, but it's a difficult situation. So we got to get her spayed so that she can safely go into the bodega, because we do have cats who live in the hotel. Dominica was not aware of this when she got the kitten. The rest of us knew. I'm not sure where she was. I don't know how she didn't get the memo that we have cats that live in the hotel, but there are cats that live in the hotel. So we've got a tabby that lives in the basura, and we have a white tomcat that is absolutely huge that lives in the kitchen and bodega much of the time. So we see them on video because they come out at night and are hunting things in there, and they kind of scout around and look for dirty dishes or whatever. The one in the basura obviously is just looking through the trash. So that it poses a little bit of a problem that we need to keep the little kitten safe and give her a place where she can hunt safely and grow up. And we think the bodega will be fine once she's spayed. We really won't have to worry. She's big enough and she should be able to get to safety. And she's only one room away from us, so if anything were to happen, we're right there, security's right there. We don't think the bigger cats are gonna mess with her. We're more worried about the fact that she wasn't fixed yet. So that is being taken care of tomorrow. We have it scheduled for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So she has to stop eating at 8 o'clock tonight. Luciana's taking care of that. And I think she'll be a happy kitty after that. Alan and Anna moved to their new house today out in Ponaloya. Boy, I sound like the news from Lake Wobegon sometimes when I say this stuff. They got out there and discovered that they live in the land of mosquitoes. They are not on the beach. They are on the non-beach side of Ponaloya, and it is kind of marshy and apparently a mosquito haven. Plus, the house that they're in hasn't had people in a long time. So it's really ready for some mosquitoes to just take off. So they're trying to figure out what to do about that. They're buying all kinds of things tomorrow to see what they can do to reduce the mosquito population there. They're not too happy about that, but it's now just 48 hours since we have the new land. So we are getting ready to, we're bringing out the architect in a few days. We are getting ready to put up fencing and get the whole thing demarcated. And then we're going to bring out the machete guys to clear it all out so we can start walking the land and film it all for you guys, of course. But we're going to check the whole thing out and figure out, are we going to bring in a bulldozer and level it all? What are we going to do for drainage? We got to build the sewer. We got to build the well. build. We have to dig the well, all that kind of stuff we need to do out there at the new property. So we're ready to get started. The only reason they're in that house is to hold them until then. We are still looking for a house for us. We haven't found anything that we're interested in. I don't know if we're going to, which sucks because I think it would be good for us to have some extra space, and the dogs are just, it's so much work to walk them every day, but we make it work. What we are looking for, since we can't find anything down here, and we do have need for other property, we're looking for an apartment up in Leon. We're up there so much, and increasingly we're up there more and more. We have friends up there. And it's how people here on the beach live. They go back and forth all the time, and you spend a lot of time in the city. I mean, we basically are in the city. The only road from here goes into the city. Our grocery store's up there. All the shopping's up there. And so, yes, you can live here full-time on the beach, and lots of people do, but you pretty much use Leon as a regular part of your day, and even the people who don't go up are there several times a week. It's just how things are. And so for us, we're up there often enough, and we have the taxi take us back and forth. We feel that it may be cost effective or roughly break even to actually just get an apartment up there and have just a tiny one up in the city, so that we're able to go up whether it's a shopping day and we don't want to come back late at night, or we need to be there 2 days in a row, or we just need the convenience of a place to stop and work in the middle of the day, which often happens. Like, I can't go to Leon many times because I need to be available to work, and maybe no one needs me, but what if they did? Where would I go? All those kinds of things, a place to store things. And so between saving on taxi rides and just making life more convenient and giving us just a city getaway, it would be nice to be able to enjoy Leon, because right now we kind of treat it like tourists. We show up, we hit the really touristy spots, Via Via and Pani Paz and Mañana Mañana, and when we're done, we get in a taxi and come back. And there's a lot of Leon itself that we're missing. We're not going to the local bakery. We're not going to the little shop on the corner. We're not figuring out how to live in town, because we don't. We're on the beach, but we don't have any shops on the beach. So everything's just in our hotel, which is great. But there's a lot of Leon that we could be taking advantage of. It is this big, beautiful city, just 25 minutes away, and people really want to live in that city. It's a highly desirable place to be. It's also very cheap. So we're looking at, it would be so easy for it to basically cost us nothing to have an apartment up there that we're pricing it out. We looked at some today. One that we really like isn't available. We're going to look at more in the future, but we may end up with a place in Leon, which would be really cool. I think it would expand our enjoyment of Nicaragua significantly by being able to be like, I feel like a city day. I feel like, and the kids love being able to be in the city. Not Leon so much, they love Managua, but I think if they were able to go up and crash in Leon and get up and do city stuff in the morning and enjoy the restaurants and the shopping and even there's a movie theater, right? And just doing things in Leon, I think, would make them feel like there was a lot more than there is here. Plus, their friends live in Leon, not out here. So all those kinds of things, I think it'd be pretty cool. So we're looking into that. I'm hopeful that will work out for us. This evening, really, it was a pretty slow day. We're very relaxed. This evening, played more video games with the kids. We're still playing Wallace and Gromit. This time we were on episode 3, Muzzled, which we completed and called it a night when that was done. I did a little bit of video editing, got some stuff uploaded. I did the walking tour that you probably saw nearly a week ago, because I uploaded it right away, of the Upper Loop Road today, and hung out with the doggies and did all the regular stuff. Kept it pretty chill. And that's all the news we have here on the beach in Nicaragua. I will see all of you tomorrow. All right, so I had already shut off my microphone while out recording. I was coming back from the field, and on the way from the field to the hotel, I discovered this herd of cattle walking through town. This is crazy. I've never seen cows like this in town before. Now, we've seen them over by like Costa Maya, way on the north side of town. Sometimes they hang out on the beach, but I've never seen any in the south side of town because there's nowhere for them to go. I have no idea where they're coming from because there aren't any like fields or places for them to hang out down south by the estuary. And one of these cows actually wandered into Playa Roca, and someone had to chase it out. Like, this is hilarious that all these cows just decided that hanging out in the middle of town, down past where that truck is trying to get past, that's actually the field I was just in. And a lot of these cows are actually headed to that field. I have no idea why. It's an open field. and it's been cut pretty short, so there's not a lot for them to eat, and it's partially fenced, so it's weird that they would go into it through the small opening, but a bunch of them did. And there's more coming, right? They just keep coming. It is so funny that there's all these cows just hanging out in town for no particular reason. I just have no idea. I'm so lucky that I was outside walking around as this happened, so I was able to capture it. I also found on some of my storage the missing day of the vlog that was missing, and so I actually tacked that onto the end. So if you're still watching on this interesting extra bit of today's show, I'm just going to pop that video up there so you can see the day of frustration when I had to rescind publication of the book pending new edits, since I shot that one again twice. All right, thanks. We'll see you all tomorrow. I'm Scott L. Miller. This is the 28th of December, 2021. Welcome to the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog here in Las Piñatas, Nicaragua. I'm doing a 3 o'clock update today just because it's been a busy day and I'm frustrated, and I wanted to get a video out so that I could unload a little bit, and then I'll finish things up tomorrow for what happens at the end of the day. I have no idea what's going to happen yet today, but it is a gorgeous one out here. I'm not sure the phone can even find me, but I'm standing out on the beach. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful day, and it's really not that hot. When I'm in the sun, obviously, it is that hot, but in general, it's not that hot out here. It's quite nice. I'm actually standing at our friend Sean and Cindy's house. So today, it's Tuesday, I got up, and I'm like, okay, walk the dogs. Don't have to worry about the little puppy because he was adopted yesterday by Carlos and Marlene, as I said in yesterday's video. So we're a little bit more relaxed today, don't have nearly as much going on, and today I was able to focus on the book. However, that's why I'm so frustrated. I put in a good 5 hours working on the book to discover that as I went through it, there were so many typos, and I went back and looked, and they were not typos that came from me, and they were not typos that were in the final accepted technical edit. Somewhere between the technical edit and the final go to publication, somebody injected unbelievable numbers of typos, and typos meaning numbers where there should be words, things that just were changed, terms that were replaced with incorrect terms, all kinds of gibberish that makes the book impossible for us to edit. All kinds of like simple stylistic mistakes, English language things, not knowing where punctuation goes or whatever. And so it's so much all through it. Terms changed. Someone did a find and replace of key terms and moved them to something completely wrong, and not like sort of wrong that you could like live with, like absolutely wrong, and changes the meaning of the book. Things that should never ever have happened, and it's so many that we can't trust that we'll catch them all. So I had to reject the book, and all of my editors are overseas, so it's the middle of the night for them. I have to wait for them to wake up sometime late tonight and find out what's going on, because we wanted to go to publication tonight, and we can't do it. We're not even close. Now we're starting over. We've got to I don't even know what we're going to do. So I'm really, really frustrated. My hope was to be done with this today and it published as early as tomorrow or the next day. And now I don't know how much it's going to take for them to get all those back so that we can start this process over again. But really, really frustrating. Paul and Dominica were in Leon doing shopping today. I don't even know what they got, groceries probably. And the hotel has been pretty busy. Yesterday too, as far as I know, but I spent very little time out in the hotel because it is just, I've been so busy with the book, right? That's all I've been doing, which is why I'm so frustrated. There's been all this book, sorry, I dropped down there. And with all this effort that I've put into it, I am so exhausted and for nothing. Now it's all thrown away and we have to start over. I want to come out here and just show it. It's just gorgeous. It's way too windy, so it's going to sound terrible, but it looks great. And it's such a beautiful day. So I am done working on the book. I'm giving up completely until the editors figure out what to do. And I'm going to work on some video projects because that's what I need to be doing. I'm going to finish up the rest of this later on.